What if the reason you feel behind isn't because you're failing, but because the bar has been moved without you noticing? In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how the pressure to be exceptional is quietly distorting your standards, draining your peace, and making normal feel like failure. And more importantly, how to step out of that trap without losing your ambition. When did being normal become a problem? At what point did having a stable job, meaningful relationships, decent health and a quiet life stop being enough? Somewhere along the way, we stopped aiming for meaningful and started aiming for exceptional. Now the message is clear. If you're not building something massive, breaking records, scaling a business, going viral or becoming the top 1%, you're playing small. We're living in a time where outliers are everywhere. You open your phone and you see a 23-year-old who sold a startup, a creator who made $1 million in 6 months, someone who quit their 9-to-5 to travel the world, a productivity routine that starts at 4:30 a.m. We are constantly exposed to statistical anomalies, and here's the psychological distortion. The exception now feels like the expectation. The truth, most lives are built quietly, most careers grow gradually, most mastery takes years, but algorithms don't amplify normal, they amplify extreme. And slowly, without realizing it, we internalize a belief. If I'm not exceptional, I'm behind. As a life coach, I see this constantly. People don't come to me because they lack ambition. They come because they feel inadequate, despite doing well. They have good careers, strong families, solid reputations, and yet they feel like they're underperforming at life. Why? Because their internal standard has been hijacked. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." But today, it's more subtle than comparison. We're not comparing ourselves to peers. We're comparing ourselves to the most visible 0.01%. That creates rest guilt. I should be doing more. Chronic dissatisfaction, performance-based self-worth, fear of being ordinary, anxiety about wasting potential. You start living as if your life must justify itself. Now here's the trap. The more you chase exceptionalism, the less satisfied you become. Exceptional is a moving target. You hit one milestone, now there's another. You grow one achievement, someone else is ahead again. It never ends. And when your identity is built on being exceptional, stability feels like stagnation. But here's what most people miss. The people we admire didn't start by trying to be exceptional. Take Mr. Beast. He didn't wake up thinking, I must become legendary. He became obsessed with improving one video at a time. Craft, iteration, learning. Exceptional was the byproduct, not the goal. And that distinction changes everything. There's something deeper happening here. Being ordinary now feels like invisibility, and invisibility feels like irrelevance. We've tied visibility to value. But think about the people who shaped your life. Was it someone viral, or was it a consistent teacher, a steady mentor, a reliable parent, a colleague who always showed up? Quiet excellence shapes lives, it just doesn't trend. Billie Eilish once said, if I'm inspired, it shows. If I'm not inspired, it shows. There's a quiet truth in that. You can chase applause, status, or exceptionalism, but if it doesn't feel aligned, it eventually leaks through. Success that looks impressive but feels misaligned never truly satisfies. So instead of asking, how can I be exceptional? Try asking, what would meaningful look like for me? That question changes everything. Meaningful might look like raising emotionally skilled children, doing work for respect, being financially stable without being famous, becoming better at your craft each year, being present instead of impressive. Exceptional is externally defined, meaningful is internally defined, and that shift returns control to you. Now let me be clear, this isn't anti-ambition. Ambition is powerful, growth is healthy, striving is human, but there's a difference between healthy ambition and identity attachment. Healthy ambition says, I want to improve. Identity attachment says, I must be extraordinary or I am nothing. That's where suffering begins. Lady Gaga once said, don't you ever let a soul in the world tell you you can't be exactly who you are. Notice that, exactly who you are. Not who the algorithm rewards, not who trends, who you are. When you feel constant pressure to be exceptional, self-doubt becomes chronic. And ironically, that pressure suppresses the very creativity and courage you need to grow. Here's something I often ask clients. If nobody ever applauded your success, if nobody ever saw your progress, if nobody ever posted about it, would you still want it? If the answer is yes, that's meaningful. If the answer is no, you might be chasing validation disguised as ambition. That's not judgment, that's clarity. There is enormous power in being consistent, reliable, kind, competent, emotionally regulated, improving 1% at a time. Quiet excellence compounds. Loud ambition often burns out. And remember, most exceptional lives are built on years of ordinary discipline. You don't see the repetition, you see the result. The real danger of the pressure to be exceptional isn't that you'll fail, it's that you'll never feel enough. And a life that never feels enough is exhausting, no matter how successful it looks. Peace doesn't come from outperforming everyone. It comes from alignment. Alignment between who you are, what you value, and how you spend your time. So here's the invitation. Stop asking, am I exceptional enough? Start asking, am I living in a way that feels meaningful to me? You don't need to be extraordinary to live an extraordinary life. You need clarity, consistency, and the courage to define success on your own terms. Because the world will always raise the bar, but you get to choose where it sits in your life. If this video resonated, I'd genuinely love to know, where do you feel the pressure to be exceptional most? Career, money, status, social media, family expectations? Let me know in the comments. And if this helped you, share it with someone who might be quietly carrying that pressure too. Until next time, I'm Dr. Rakesh Rana, the Clear Coach.